Okay, this is problem 6, practice problem 6 on transactions and accounts balances, and this is a good problem. Okay, good problem to understand because it's got a lot of different things going on, and if you understand this, then you're not struggling over account names and debits and credits. All right, so you need to get that behind you fast. So let's look at, these are 3 independent situations here. And what I've done is I've drawn T accounts to trace what's happening. So during February, 186.5 was paid to creditors on account. So it was paid. So 186.5 would come out of cash and it would debit accounts payable. Okay. And purchases on account were 201,400. So we would increase what we owed by 201,400, and I'm just going to put it in a purchases account, which you don't know this yet, but that would really be like an expense account on the income statement. Okay, it kind of doesn't matter. Assume that the February 28th balance of accounts payable was 59.9. Okay, so let's say that our balance would be a credit balance, and it would be 59.9. So the question is, what was the balance on February 1st? So they're asking for this. I'm going to move this down a little bit. 201,4. They're asking for what this balance was. I'm going to show you a way to do this. See how I put this extra set of lines in here? This is going to hold the total from here and the total from there, and I have to come out to a 59.9 balance. Let's see. February 28th balance was 59.9. That's right. That's the end of the month. So I know that this is 186. Determine the account balance. We're looking for that credit. 186.5. So if this is 59.9 and the debit side is 186.5, what would this have to be? It would be 186.5 plus 59.9. So this would have been, this total would have been 246,400. And after you write it in, then ask yourself, okay, make sure that the math is right, that it's logical. Let me put this down a little bit. Sorry. 246.4 minus 186.5 is 59.9. That makes sense. So if this has to total 246.4, and I've got 201,400 in there, then my beginning balance was 45,000. Okay, and that's your answer. Tricky, huh? You need to know what you're doing in order to do these, but these are nice problems. So let's look at the next one. The next one has accounts receivable. On October 1st, the accounts receivable account balance was 115,800. So that would be a debit balance, 115,800. That's my beginning balance. On October 1st, during October, 449,600 was collected from customers. So I would have 449,600 coming into cash and decreasing accounts receivable. Okay? Assume that the October 31 balance, same thing, was 137.70. The question is, determine the fees billed to customers on account during October. So we're looking for these fees right here. This would have been revenue that we booked that was on account. So again, our payments are 449,600. My ending balance is 130.70. So what would this be? This would have to be bigger, right? So I would take 449,600 and add 137.70. So this would have been 580, 370. Okay? So this is like a subtotal line right here. Alright, and it's handy, and that makes sense. 580 minus 449 would be 130, so we didn't do anything backwards. Now if these debits have to total to 580, 370, I would subtract my beginning balance, 115,800, and the amount that I would have billed for revenue was 464,570. Okay, so that's your answer right there, 464,570. All right, we're almost there. On April 1st, the cash accounts balance was 46,220. This is the last one. 46,220 is my beginning balance. During April, cash receipts totaled 248,600. Cash receipts. Okay, so money came in totaling 248,600. You know, and maybe it came out of accounts receivable. We can assume that, it doesn't matter. It's paid on account, but those are, it could have been, you know what, we can't assume that. Maybe it was sales. Okay, we don't know what it was, but in any event, cash went up by 248,600. And the April 30th balance of cash, so we got the same problem. The April 30th balance was 56,770. Okay, determine the cash payments made during April. So now what we've got to do is figure out what this number was here. Okay, so let's get our total. That's our beginning balance plus cash receipts is 220 plus 248,600, and that equals 294,820. Okay, so if this is 294,820, what was this number in order to give me 56,770? We would have to subtract it, right? So 294,820 minus 56,770 means this would have had to be 238,050. So that would be the amount of cash payments made. 238,050. Okay, let me know if you've got any questions on this one. This is a pretty tricky problem. You've got to know your account names and your debits and credits and know what the transactions represent. Okay.